Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I was walking down the avenue. Trump had just won and Biden was looking like goo. He didn't know where he had his shoes. And then everything went down. The economy's crashing all around. I don't know if I can hear a sound. And I ran so far away. Oh, crap, we're live. Hey, everybody. Economic Ninja here. I hope you are doing great. Well, it's all over. And I'm not talking about my hairstyle. Boy, the Economic Ninja needs a haircut. We're talking about the American public, and you're never going to believe how bad the news is. You see, my father brought up the other day how he did not plan for inflation. Truly, when he'd gotten a good job, he went to school, he got a good job, and he retired in 1998. And today he's looking at the inflated prices of everything, and he's still living off the amount that he made when he was working, his retirement. And crazy enough, his retirement was just about how much he made. Back then, that's what they did, right? And this story out of Zero Hedge is actually very serious, but the cool thing is I've got a solution for it. And all of us have a solution for this. And I'm not going to just accept what the media tells us. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to accept the truth right now. See, the truth is, most Americans, as a matter of fact, most people around the world live in poverty. And some of them, like a lot of Americans, don't realize it because they just go get more debt. But what's about to happen to the debt cycle is contraction. The contraction of credit, the contraction of loans. It's already starting in the home loan sector. It's actually, we're starting to see rejections in all kinds of credit card lines that are being shrunk. We're seeing rejections in all kinds of different types of debt. And it's going to get worse. We're going to see a contraction soon in the government. Everybody's getting excited. Yes, tariffs. And yes, less government spending. And I agree, it's good. But there's going to be a painful, painful time. And so I've got an idea of how you can make a ton of money. And I hope you jump in. And at the end of this video, it's going to be serious. But for right now, let's have some fun and talk about the scary truth. All right, here we go. Americans need $5.3 million now, net worth, to be considered financially successful. This is from a survey. So real quick, throw me out a number real quick. Type 1 if you are not worth $5.3 million. And it's okay, because here's the good news. I'm not joking when you say it, because we all started somewhere. I never had a handout in my life. I was a full-time firefighter. As a matter of fact, we're going to call a firefighter, and I'm going to tell you, he's going to tell you a part of a story between me and him from a long time ago. And I'm going to just lay it all out on the line. Okay. In a second, we're going to call him live. But you know, I sold electric trains in garage sales, and that's how I bought my first house. And then I bought 14 properties after that. And then I sold trailers and tractors and palm trees. And I've never not had a side hustle. I was a full-time firefighter for 23 years. I was in the service for 26 years. And I always did stuff, right? And I beat the odds. And I know every single one of you guys can too. I don't want to get fired up, but like, I see the other side. And I know what it's like to have people take advantage of me. And it hurts. And I know what it's like to have people mock me and say that I'm crazy or I'm an overworker or it's never enough and insult me because that was their defense mechanism. I get it. All right. But I know that every single one of you right now has the ability to create wealth. And the cool thing is that you're here and you're going to hear the truth. And the cool thing is the truth's going to set you free. It's all about what you do with it. So type 2 if you agree with that, and let's freaking fire up this crazy, stupid story. Americans have high expectations of what it means to be financially successful, but many of them do not expect to meet their desired level of success. According to a survey by financial planning company Empower, an annual salary in excess of $270,000 now is needed for a person to be considered successful in the United States. You know, it didn't say that you have to have a Louis Vuitton bag or drive a Lamborghini. It just says that's now considered the success level, right? I want to get you there. And I'm not joking. I've got a plan. In terms of net worth, the threshold is now at 5.3 million. It says, according to the Social Security Administration, the national average wage last year was $66,600. Meanwhile, and I think there's a lot of people here that might be making less than that. Meanwhile, the average net worth of a family is in 2022 was 1.06 million. Now, that's probably a pretty hard thing to hear if your net worth is nowhere near that. And I will tell you now, let me read that again and really sink this in. This survey found that the average net worth of a family 2 years ago was over $1 million. And this was data from the US Federal Reserve. Now I want to show you, there's two things that made up that statistic. People that have a 401k or a retirement pension plan, and people that have real estate, a house. Okay? Most Americans' net worth is in their house. And this is why we saw everything collapse in 2008, because it fell, and it's falling right now. And right now, it is estimated that 25% of households aren't even paying their property tax. And I can tell you from experience, I believe that number. I saw 4,000, me and my friend Matt saw 4,000 tax liens be issued in one county in Arizona, and they only sold 2,000 of them. I'm sorry, I was wrong. It was 8,000 liens went on the market and only 4,000 of them sold. So that means there's 4,000 over the counters available. There are a lot of people not paying their taxes, and they're keeping it out of the news because the last administration wanted to stay in. Okay. It says the state of the economy and insufficient or irregular incomes were cited for respondents as major challenges to achieving their desired level of success. Other factors include not knowing how to manage finances, not having clear financial goals, overspending debts, and delaying financial planning. In a May report from the US Federal Reserve revealed that the share of Americans doing at least okay financially fell from 78% in 2021 to 72% last year, even though inflation declined in 2023, which I don't believe. Did inflation decline? Say yes or no. Has inflation declined? Because the government's telling you it is. Just type it, yes or no. It's an easy answer. And the thing is you need to have truth, be speaking truth out. No, inflation's not going down. No, the government is not telling us the truth. They are lying to us, right? Yes, I need to make more money. The truth is you need to make more money. Things are costing more. And things are never going to go down truly because our dollar keeps getting destroyed. And I want you to remind you, we all voted for Trump. That's exciting. Here, if you voted for Trump, say Trump. If you voted for the other side, it's probably, you are totally welcome here, and say you did. And hopefully people are realizing you're totally welcome here, actually, because people are starting to wake up. And I want to see more Americans and more human beings around the world wake up, right? So let me share. I'm going to call a friend of mine. We've been friends for a long time. He's probably going to tell you of a story where we were in a hot tub together. I'm not joking. But it was an important conversation in a hot tub. And I'm willing to share this story with you. Look, I'm just going to call him. His name's Rick. He's a professional firefighter. The guy's a hero. Don't tell him I said that. He'll just go to his head. But he's a cool guy. Where's the mic? Can you hear the ringing right now? Say ringing. Can you guys hear it? Oh.
Hello.
Hey, Rick, it's Travis. All right, cool. I got you on live right now. I already prepped him that I was going to call him, just so you guys know. Rick, I told him you may tell the hot tub story. I already prepped them for that.
Okay.
So,
all right. I don't have to cut that one short.
Yeah, good. So tell him the hot tub story. What did we talk about a long time ago?
Yeah, so this was, gosh, I don't know, Travis, what was it? 10 years probably, something like that, 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And we were out at a particular event, kind of a guy's trip. And
wait, you could tell him really quick. Was that shotgun class or was that a tactical handgun?
It was tactical handgun on that one. Yeah.
Sweet.
No, it was a shotgun class. No, it was a shotgun.
So
class.
That's the one. Right. Did I beat you on that one?
You did, unfortunately. Yes! Yeah.
I did, unfortunately. Yeah, and you were pissed. No, you were pissed. It was really Randy that was pissed.
Randy was upset.
All right.
He had. So the quick, I'll give you the quick on that one. So Randy's got tons of tactical training. He's a professional, firearms guy, and so he's got, I don't know, hundreds if not thousands of hours, and I shot a shotgun, but I never did any tactical training, and nor had Travis. And so Travis steps up, and he's just like shooting better than everybody, and it was driving Randy nuts because Randy had all this training. So it was funny to watch. I was laughing.
especially after the stories with Adam's brother doing yoga on the range and out shooting him also. All right, sorry. This isn't about yoga and hot tubs. Sorry. So it was a tactical handgun class or shotgun that we were all at, but we had a conversation about Bitcoin.
Right.
And here, you just tell them. Just go. You can tell them whatever you want.
Yeah. So, I had heard of Bitcoin. I'd heard of crypto. Didn't really know what it was. Hadn't really researched it at all. And so, we're at this 4-day trip, and we're hanging out after a long day, and in the hot tub, and Travis starts talking about it, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So I'm kind of picking his brain, asking some questions, and it just didn't make sense to me. Short answer is it just didn't make sense to me. And I'm a tech guy, but I was like, "What? I don't get it." And so he was really kind of pushing it, like, "Hey, you should look into it. You should get involved." And it was just kind of really outside my wheelhouse. With my investing stuff that I've always done, it's been like real estate, which tends to be, for the most part, fairly slow moving. And it's not really like an innovative, creative approach for the most part, right? You buy a investment property and maybe fix it up a little and raise the rents. And it's very, very drab, very profitable, but very drab, kind of almost uninspiring way to go. And now we're talking about this crazy tech thing. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. At the time, if I recall, I want to say Bitcoin was at something to the tune of like $1,000 per Bitcoin or something like that. Might have been a little more. And I'm just like, $1,000 for this hocus pocus? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. So I didn't do it. And, like a couple of years later, it's at like 5,000. I'm like, I guess I should have done it. Then it's at 7,000. I'm like, well, I'm really not doing it now, right? And it just kept going up. And it was probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I finally had time to do some research, looked into it, and thought, okay, I'm going to give it a try. So that's when I kind of started buying my way in a little bit, kind of little, $2,000, $3,000 increments over a period of, I don't know, maybe a year. But at that time, it was at like 20, 30,000.
Yeah.
And so if I had gotten in at 1,000, when I think about how much money I put into Bitcoin, if I gotten into it at the $1,000 to $5,000 range, I'd be calling you or you'd be reaching me on my jet right now.
That's right. Well, hold on. Let me interject real quick so everyone knows, because this isn't a talk about crypto. What I wanted to show you is, because Rick, when we started, so Rick and I were business partners. We owned a real estate brokerage for a little bit, and it was during a really rough time. It was my second brokerage and part that I was a part of, and it was during COVID, right? So it was just a wreck during the start. We literally started that one the month COVID went live, right? Yeah. And so, the reason why I wanted to have Rick on was because I called him the other day and I told him there's something, we had that talk, and Rick said before, and that it was that day in that hot tub, he goes, man, I wish I would listened to you back then. Like he said, it'd be flying a jet around, because Rick's a pilot too. And so he's a very accomplished guy, and he sees cycles, and he's been a real estate syndicator, and he's invested in real estate. He's a real estate agent, or actually he's a broker. And my point being is that I called him the other day and I said, there's something more exciting. And so I'm going to tell all of you what I told Rick the other day. There was a long time ago. I like him as a business partner. He's been a great partner. He's very analytical. He's really smart, very charismatic, right? I don't want to put you on the spot, Rick, but he's just a good dude. And I said, one day I'm going to make you rich. Like, I'm going to figure something out. And I called you the other day, and what did I say? What we're going to do?
Yeah, tax liens. Investing, and I don't know if you call it investing, might not be the right word, but being involved with tax liens and how to leverage where the market is going to be going.
Yeah, and you've studied a lot about liens.
Really profit from that. What's that?
You studied in the past a lot about liens, but it just sort of didn't come together, right?
Yes, I have. I did put a lot of time and energy into that, and at the time, just because of where I was career-wise and everything, I couldn't really do much traveling. I was very busy with work, and I live in California, and California is, I would probably argue, not a great place to try to do things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know where everybody's located, but I love the weather in California, and there's about 10% of the people that are pretty good. There's about 50% of the people that are pretty good. But so at the time, I couldn't really do anything locally, so that didn't work very well. And I was just kind of too busy to really delve deeply into how to do it at the national level, because it's one thing if I can go down to my local, county and get involved in an auction. But if you're going to do it nationally, you either have to learn how to do it online or you have to be able to travel places. And I just at the time didn't have the time to do either of those, to research how to do it remote or to be able to travel. So I kind of backed off and never really, I never engaged. I never did it, never made any money. So I put a lot of time and energy into studying it, realized there was some huge advantages to it, but then just realized I wasn't in a place at that time to really be able to take advantage of it.
Yep. So let's do this, Rick, because you don't know what I'm planning on doing, because you know me, I love surprises. And so, everyone, I want you to be witness to this conversation with Rick, because I've told him before. I said, I'm somehow you and I are going to be doing business in the future together. And Rick has got a lot of experience in real estate, and like he said, he's read books on it. It just it didn't come together. And so I'm going to be working with my friend Rick personally, and we're going to be able to track what he does in the next year. Rick, are you cool if I put you? I mean, I just put you on the spot, but you and me have been friends for a while. Are you cool with that? Like we can show people how to go and crush it in this business. If you crush
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I'm definitely going to get into it now. I think it's actually an even better time now than when I was looking at it a few years ago, because it was I can't remember exactly, but 8 years ago. Now is an even better time, and I think that the cycle that we're in, it's going to. COVID was devastating for a lot of reasons. It was a huge transfer of wealth. I think a very unethical and terrible one for the wrong reasons. And so there's going to be a lot of people that are right now that are really propped up kind of artificially.
Yep.
And that house of cards is going to come tumbling down. So,
yep.
I mean, I think, for any of you, if you've already been through the Tax Lien Pro course, Travis talks about it. He says, well, sometimes you can take over the property, and, okay, that when that happens, that can be a benefit. But really what we can do is we can try to help people and help them keep their home and still make a profit in doing so. Right. So to me, that just seems like a very ethical, and, I mean, I'm a Christian, have been my whole life. And so, I need to make money. I want to make money. I want to have wealth for my family, but at the same time, I don't want to do it by hurting others. So if I can do that and develop my wealth and help people at the same time, that really sits well with me, just kind of ethically and spiritually. So I think that's a great approach.
I couldn't have said it better myself, man. This is going to be really exciting. Oh, you're all going to witness what is about to happen with Rick, because he's going to straight up blow up. Do you agree with that, Rick?
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So, Rick, I'm going to hang up, and I've got some final words I got to share with them, but I really thank you for coming on. And I didn't know he was going to say all that, but he's absolutely right. We're going to help people, and we're going to make money at the same time. And then when we buy houses through tax foreclosures, we're going to sell them and carry the note and be amazing landlords. Not landlords, we'll be amazing bankers and give people a fair rate of interest while they get to start their families. So I haven't even taught that part, Rick, yet in the next course. So
yeah, and that'll be great, because there's so many issues. I mean, if you have the money to do it, if you have the wealth to do it, and you're not greedy, and let's just say interest rates in the nation are 10%, but you can give it to people for 5% like it used to be. If you're the person with the money and you're the bank, you can do whatever you want. So you can actually help people that would be working a lot harder for a formal bank, but you're able to extend that to people, which
and Rick,
to me is kind of the key point of philanthropy, if you can do it.
And Rick, you just said it perfectly. When rates are at 10 and you're offering a 5% interest rate, and you're getting all that front-loaded 5% mortgage interest, that's pure cash flow. Everyone talks about cash flow in rentals, but how hard is it to keep up your rentals? That's work, right? So this is like ultimate cash flow, because you're getting front-loaded more interest that you don't have to give to anyone else. They're taking care of the property. You're having a company, take care of taking the payments and giving you your portion, and they take a cut. And then you're helping people. And what's the likeliness of, at 10% interest rates, anyone refinancing your 5%?
Exactly.
So yeah. So this is a pretty awesome plan. It's going to be a 3 to 6 month rollout for both of these courses to be finished. But Rick, I'm going to let you go and finish talking with them, because I have something I want to share with them. But thank you so much, man. I cannot wait to watch you buy your first lien, and I think you should be doing that in about 30 days.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it as well.
Awesome, dude. Have a safe trip home.
All right.
Bye, dude.
Take care.
Bye. So that was my friend Rick. He is a firefighter incredible guy. And I'm really happy that you said that last part, because that's what I'm teaching in the course. This is an opportunity for you to make a lot of money, but also to keep people in their homes. And it's not us that set the interest rate; it's the states and counties. There's over 3,000 counties in the country. 3,300 around there. And for over 200 years, this is how people became uber successful and wealthy. And it's been hidden. And most companies want to charge $2,000 to $50,000. I'm not joking, for a course. If you want it, the link's down below. I'm going to teach you over the next year to take advantage of something that's coming this spring, starting this spring, and it's going to be amazing. And I think right now it's $379. It'll be good. That price is good for the next few days. Then it's going to go up again. It's going to keep going up. It's going to be my most expensive course, but it'll still blow out the competition. My goal, as I'm building this course out and teaching the lessons and coaching, we did a coaching call last night, and so many of the students are already registered for auctions. They're already preparing their paper trading right now, and you can do this from the comfort of your home. As a matter of fact, you can do it anywhere in the world if you set up an LLC in this country. But I'll teach you how to do all that. So if you want it, the link's down below. I want to change people's lives. I want to make people, I'm not joking, I want to see 1 million people make $1 million during this crash. And a lot of people listen to me about gold. A lot of people listen to me about Bitcoin. And now it's time to get ready for an incredible opportunity, and that is to buy real estate or tax liens at incredible deals. And so it's going to be either you or the banks. So let me ask you this. Would you rather it be you buying these properties or the banks? Just type it down below, because that's where we're at right now. You have a chance to outdo what happened or undo what happened in 2008 to you or your family members. And if you learn this skill, you're going to be able to help family members and friends, because you're going to say, oh, you don't have a house? Don't worry. Let's go down to this auction and let's go buy one of these houses for 20, 30, 40, 50 cents on the dollar. You're going to be able to buy homes within the next 6 months. I plan on training everybody in a way that where they're going to be able to buy homes successfully, get the lien cleaned up, or the title cleaned up, and be able to rent these out or sell them, or and carry the paper. This is my ultimate course. This is the one I'm so excited about. I've gotten people all up to this point, starting up side hustle, learning about real estate cycles, learning how to save money on mortgages. I've taught them all that stuff. Now it's time. This is the action course. This is where you go and you start making money next month. I hope you guys have a great day. If you don't choose to go this route, go buy a book on tax liens. All right. You can go buy tons of books. My coaches didn't have any formal training, and they started crushing it in tax liens. Then they went and bought the trainings from other people because they said, I need a time hack. I need to get to this faster because I see how it works. Very few people understand how this works. I just don't want to rip people off and charge them $4,000, $10,000, $20,000 for a course. So if you want the course, if you trust me, and I'll tell you what, if you watch less than, in the first 14 days, you watch less than 50% of the videos, you go, this isn't for me, I'll give you your money back. But I will also say, if you trust me, give me 3 months to finish this thing out, and let's watch what happens. The price will keep going up. I hope you got something out of this. I can't wait to have Rick on in person, and when he buys his first tax lien and gets paid back. And we're going to show it to you. And I'm going to show Rick how to be very wealthy. I hope you guys got something out of this. The Economic Ninja is going to go get a haircut.